my hopes and my dreams. I really want, I really wanted to see Mei Mei in action this chapter. I mean, I get the entirety of what was going on and why we didn't see it this chapter. But as long as it doesn't get off panel, I just want to see what she's capable of. She seems really cool. I like her design. I really love that axe she's carrying. But as it were, now the characters were in the part 10 of the Shibuya incident. God, part 10. I feel like it should go to like part 20. I don't know. I'm very curious to what Akutami's plans are for the title of this one. Maybe it'll just gonna go that way. Part the Shibuya incident, part 36, or something like that. I mean, I don't know about that long, but still, I mean, it doesn't even feel like this arc's even halfway over. Regardless of which, we got everyone just kind of getting out there. They seem like still assessing the situation, trying to isolate everything the best they can, doing everything they are capable of in order to help any of the civilians do what they need with the mutated humans and whatnot. But now these guys are starting to enter the battle. You got the team with Kukisaki and Maki, and I think it's pronounced Naobito, who's he's the leader of the Zenin clan. Don't like him. I'm hoping he maybe doesn't die, but just gets a little beat up. You got Nanami and Megumi, who are great. You got Panda. I forgot the dude's name that's with Panda, but you got Panda, and then just everyone's getting all prepped up, and you got that damn hand sword guy stabbing motherfuckers in the back, taking them out. I mean, he might live this one, but I mean, he's definitely KO'd for this entire arc. I don't see this guy getting up unless his power specifically will do something against that. I was actually very happy, and I know there's going to be a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen fans happy to see that girl that's with the curses, who's got like that weird black, like kind of like half ring around her hair, that little short-haired girl. That's because some of the curses we don't know really anything about. Assuming she's a curse and not just a weird cursed user that's with them. And I want to see more of them. Like, there's still that water, like weird squid face curse guy we haven't even seen kind of do anything. But, and you already got, like, look at the people he's kind of, like, paired up. You got Hanami, you got Jogo, Mahito. He's got to be powerful. You got to be very capable of. He just hasn't really had anything to do yet. Meanwhile, the prison realm's got all these eyes spouting out about it, and they're talking about how, well, the seal is complete, but it's got to process Satoru. It's got to, like, adjust to him and get it's finishing kind of grasp on his character and trying just to get to him. And as we saw at the end of the last chapter, got all these like skeleton creatures coming at him, and it looks like his infinity is keeping them away. I think it's very interesting that he's not able to, like, he can't get out, but he's still able to use his abilities in there, and he's pretty much just using it to chill and hang out, having his powers just repel these guys trying to grab him. But meanwhile, you got like one of the Mechamaru like little communication pieces there, and recording everything, relaying information. And now Yuji is able to get the news out. He knows what's going on. He knows that they're unable to move Satoru, so they have a brief period of time if they end up getting to him and like to hopefully save him. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're going to fail, and there's gonna have to be a point later of like a Satoru rescue arc, just all around. Like, we gotta have some like big raid, and maybe they're gonna have to find their own base. They're gonna have to try and get to them in order to just achieve him. Because I mean, like, maybe otherwise not. They get it and they don't know how to undo it, because like it would feel, personally for me, I think it would be a bad idea, writing standpoint, to have Satoru get sealed and then immediately after that get undone. So it's either they don't rescue him, or they end up getting the cube and they can't figure out how to undo it, and it'll be a while until it would actually be really cool, like in an idea. Like, imagine if they got the cube and they had Satoru kind of like, oh yeah, we have him, we can't do anything with him, but they find a way to communicate with him, and they're able maybe to get like have maybe interactions with him. Maybe he can still give advice and whatnot, maybe kind of like help explain like, oh, you do these things, maybe help them try and figure out how to get like an expansion and get their own area, territorial expansion and whatnot. Or maybe like they can't communicate him and it's people trying to talk to him, and they kind of just see him more as like, it's kind of like, when people talk to like an urn of like a deceased loved one, and it's like, it's more of them having this kind of emotional bit over everything about it, and it's the one man kind of like imagining what they'd say and everything. It's very there's potential there, as long as they don't just get it and unseal him and it's like, cool, Satoru's back, what now? I mean, you got all this built up over 90 chapters. It'd be really weird to have it just, oh yeah, he's unsealed again, and it's like, what are the curses gonna do now? I mean, they have all this set up in order to take him out, so they didn't have to deal with like the big dog of the Jujutsu sorcerers. Meanwhile, he got Yuji, and he's now made it inside. He's got inside of the screen, and you have all of these mutated people going after civilians. Yuji's just counting them and non-stop, not even stopping to fight them, just literally going by them. He's got his divergent fist. He's just punching them and just blowing them up, killing them, and continuously moving. He's doing both his goal and his ability to save other people at the same time, which I thought was cool. And it really sticks with like he's got like, I know somebody described it as like this parkour martial art. He's just this high mobility, constantly moving around, just melee fighting style, which I think is really cool. And he just goes, like, just scales up the side of this building super fast, just jumps from point to point, and shouts like with all his might that Satoru is sealed. And now the characters are like, all right, change of plans. We need to figure out what we need to do, and if this is true, how we're gonna do this. And you got Nanami just like, if he's sealed, it's all over. We're screwed. Well, we're done. He's the biggest. Like, we already know that Satoru Gojo is the biggest character that they have in terms of power, and from what we saw, like, going into this arc, how much the other characters were reliant on him. And you have all these different special grade curses going there, and it's like, other than Satoru, who do they really have? It's going to be really interesting to see what their plan is after this. I mean, Nanami, like, being in this kind of character who's just like, oh no, we're fucked. We're gonna lose. We're all gonna die. He just seems super like a depressed kind of guy and just always looking at the darker side of things, which makes sense of why he would be such like a quick of like, yeah, we're kind of fucked, kind of like their like situation. But then you get back to the curses, and I really like their interactions. That's one of the things I am a big fan of, like Akutami's villains. Akutami and I can't remember the Gotage, the author of Kimetsu no Yaiba, does really good villains, and I just really love the way that, like, when they're not around doing bad guy stuff and it's just them existing around each other, they don't seem like villains. They're just guys in a crew, and they're talking about like what their plans are now and what they're gonna do while they wait for this. Choso wants to kill Yuji and Kukisaki, obviously in revenge for his his fallen brothers, and then he wants to go to the Jujutsu High and retrieve the other pain and wounds in order to bring back his other brothers, because he's one of 9, and it made me kind of like wonder, because I thought the painted wombs, I think they were called. I have to go back and look, but I thought they were indestructible. Maybe it's because they put them in flesh bodies, they weren't anymore. But now they're like talking about they want to kill Yuji. He wants to get Kukisaki, get the other ones, resurrect his brothers. And Jogo's like, I don't care about who that Kukisaki person is. We can't kill Yuji because we need him to pretty much to revive Sukuna. And Mahito's just like, to be honest, I want to kill him too. So we got to figure out what to do now. And I'm saying with Satoru sealed, that they think that they're around even with with the Jujutsu sorcerers. Personally, I think that they have an advantage. The only person really that they have that I think is like a big threat to even like Mahito is just Yuji. But then when you look at all these other like high cursed characters, I mean, we still have others that are strong. They got like Nanami, he's powerful. I assume now Beto is powerful, leader of the Zenin clan and whatnot. But when you have all these different cursed like spirits, all of special grade and probably more to come, on top of any other cursed users they have, any other like sorcerers they got under their under their crew, it's looking dangerous for them, for humanity, that is. And now they're just like, well, we could kill him, maybe we don't even need Sukuna. Like they're just saying like killing Yuji, and then like maybe we don't need Sukuna now that we've got a little bit more evened out. I love that like carefree craziness of Mahito. So it was a really fast to read chapter. Like most of it, was Yuji just getting a display and moving around, getting up and just blitzing all these opponents and going crazy with it and killing them as he moved. So as over the next couple chapters, I think things are going to get kind of crazy, because also the other Jujutsu sorcerers, like, we have to take action now. It's either we get in there and we fight them with everything we have to try and get Satoru back, or we're screwed and we don't know like how we're going to contend against these other guys. Like we saw like Jogo, we know he's powerful, but it's like, well, for the most part his display was going up against Satoru Gojo, and Satoru is way more powerful. But with him out of the way, like, we don't know where he stacks up against just normal powerful sorcerers. Like, I imagine it's going to take multiple of them to beat just Jogo, and who knows like any others that they have, because it wouldn't surprise me if they have other cursed kind of like items like set up, maybe bring about some other people. Anyway, other than that, comment below, tell me your thoughts about this chapter. I really am looking forward to see some Yuji spotlight. I've been talking about the last couple chapters, we got some this one. I want to see him as like the center stage, the main character. It's both interesting, yet I can understand why Akutami was using the other characters more than Yuji up into this point, and why they emphasized so much of Satoru being an overwhelming force. But now Yuji has the chance of being getting main character spotlight, maybe even getting like a new technique, maybe getting like a maybe like a partial form of getting some of Sukuna's powers, who knows. Either way, other than that, I'd really appreciate a comment below, thumbs up the video, the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.